What's going on, guys? Welcome back to B-Ball TV. Many of you have heard of the name Oscar Robertson before, and the first thing you think of is his triple doubles. He was the first and only player to ever average a triple double in a single NBA season, before Russell Westbrook broke that record in the 2016-2017 NBA season. A one-time NBA champion, a one-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, and making the All-NBA team 11 times, the Big O will go down as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But what many of you probably didn't know was that during his college career, Robertson had to sleep in college dorms during road games due to his race, while his teammates, which were predominantly white, gets to sleep in a nice hotel. Robertson, one of the first African Americans to ever step on the court, played during the 60s, an era of basketball where racism was a big issue. So I'm going to explain the story of how Oscar Robertson overcame racism growing up to becoming one of the most inspirational athletes in sports history. Oscar Palmer Robertson was born on November 24, 1938 in Charlotte, Tennessee. Living in the projects, he not only learned about basketball, but also learned firsthand about racial discrimination and economic inequality. Robertson took up basketball as a child because it required no money and special equipment to play. Not even owning a basketball, he learned how to shoot by tossing tennis balls and rags bound with rubber bands into a peach basket behind his family's house. By the time Robertson entered junior high school, his skills as a basketball player were already evident. Future professional teammate Wayne Embry said, "When Oscar Robertson walked into ninth grade, he was a great player, not just for junior high, but for anywhere. The thing to remember about Oscar is that he was always great." Oscar Robertson attended Crispus Attucks High School, a segregated all-black school in Indianapolis. It was a poor school that even lacked a gym. High schools that were primarily white would not play Crispus Attucks because of racial prejudice. Despite such barriers, the Big O averaged 24 points and was named Indiana's Mr. Basketball as a senior. The team went 31-1 in 1955 and undefeated in 1956, winning a record 45 games in a row between the two seasons. For both seasons, they took home the state titles, bringing home Indianapolis' first ever state championships. Even in victory, the sting of racism was felt for Oscar Robertson and his teammates. Fear of the all-black team tearing up the town in celebration caused city leaders to force Crispus Attucks to have their celebration party outside the city limits. After high school, Robertson enrolled at the University of Cincinnati, where he was the first African American to play on the school's basketball team. During Robertson's 3 active years with the Cincinnati Bearcats, he was dominant as a forward. He led in scoring in the NCAA division each of those 3 years, averaging 34 points per game. Robertson was named a first-team All-American 3 times as well. He was College Player of the Year in 1959 and 1960, the same years that the Bearcats reached the Final Four in NCAA tournament. As a senior, Robertson once scored 62 points in a game against North Texas State University. This was a record that lasted for almost 3 decades. However, being only the university's 5th black player, Robertson led the difficult task of being a leader and teammate on a team that was unable to fully accept him because of his race. Road trips were especially difficult for Robertson, who was forced to stay in college dorms while his teammates stayed in nice hotels. When Robertson graduated from the University of Cincinnati in 1960, he would declare for the 1960 NBA draft, where he was selected by the Cincinnati Royals as a territorial pick. It will only take until Robertson's second year for him to achieve true NBA stardom. In the 1961-62 season, Robertson did something that no one has ever done before, as he averaged a triple-double over the entire season. In 1969, he was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks to pair up with superstar Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, where they would go on to become NBA champions in 1971. With the championship ring, Oscar Robertson has made one of his biggest dreams come true. He retired in 1974, and it was an emotional end to one of the most remarkable careers in the history of American basketball. Robertson's contributions to basketball were not forgotten, and in 1979, he was unanimously elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The Big O had single-handedly redefined the role of basketball as a guard, laying the foundation for players such as Magic Johnson and many more to come. So this is the story of Oscar Robertson, and if you guys enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it to your friends. And if you want more daily content, please subscribe to this channel for more. Until next time, peace out, guys.